Hello everybody. Hello. Hello. Sorry that took so long. I'm feeling a lot under the weather actually, but that's okay. That's okay. So this is Brigador. If anyone doesn't know what Brigador is, it's this. We're just gonna play around for a bit. Because I felt like I need to do a stream. I haven't done one in a long time. And I'm letting everyone down. We're gonna start basic and use the Toro, which is like, it's the definitive mech. It's on the virtual cover of the game. Because this game doesn't have a physical release. And as you can see, we're playing as my favorite, the man from Volta. The thing that's weird about him is his difficulty starts out at 0. So you gotta do like a few maps before he actually like has enemies. But it's fun. You don't have to not stream. It's true. Okay. So we're gonna roll with the Toro, which is very good. It's the Pitbull. Pitbull is a rocket, but it has a low trajectory, so it just fires straight into the ground. No, we're not gonna. Ooh, that's really good though. We'll try this Pitbull out. I don't think I've ever used it. And Confessor. It's a shotgun. That one's alright. I want the Crambo. Isn't that a song? Crambo. Crambo. It's from yeah. I'm not a crazy person. That's from something. Tom and Jerry. Anyways, what am I talking about? Froggy won a Corton. Yeah. Thank you. And not whatever I was doing. Oh, also I picked a special equipment, a piece of special equipment called the Audio Kinetic Pulse, and we can go back and read about it when I complete this, but I'll show you real quick what it does. It's very useful. Yeah, so it blows up everything in front of you, but you can only use it once every 8 seconds. So the whole goal of this game is to build your mech, pick your pilot, pick a mission, and then you have to go and you have to destroy all the strategic resources in the area, including these ammo depots. I don't have a laser weapon, so let's just go ahead and blow it up. So those are dangerous to blow up because you can blow yourself up really easily. That's why it's important to learn the map. Like, see these thick pipes? Those are fine. I can blow those up. But the ones behind them, these green pipes, those are fuel lines. Those explode. These walls over here, those are reinforced. These walls right here, they're reinforced. That means if I use the Audio Kinetic Pulse on them, it will bounce the shockwave back and blow me up. So, yes. Anyways, let's go ahead and test these fuel pipes. Marvelous. Oh, this works well. I'm like doing a little tutorial for everyone, and there's no enemies on the stage. Enemies are marked in red outlines when they get behind things, but these people are yellow raincoat people. And the raincoat is a universal sign of the non-combatant here on Sola Nobre. But we're a crazy spaceman with a paper plate on our face, so we can blow them up if we want. You actually get paid. See? I got like 50 bucks for squishing an innocent non-combatant. Yep. I'm getting paid to cut this grass right now, too. Oh, there's strategic targets. So let's try out these missiles. Those are good. Here we have an orbital gun placed by the now assassinated great leader of... Where is this? Sola Nobre? Is that the planet? Or is it Nova Sola? Anyways, great leader is dead. Long live great leader. What's through here? Residential district? motel. Bunch of neon signs. Live nude girls and guns. Sorry, that's just too dangerous. Here's another depot, but we're using this ammo type. Eh, fuck it, we'll blow it up anyways. I wish I was the mech. So there's like a campaign to this game with a little bit of story and stuff, but for the most part, I just like the acquisition, or the free play and acquisition modes where you just like, you do this, you pick like a set of missions and a loadout, and you just go and see if you can make it to the end. And you get bigger payouts depending on which mech you use and which pilots you bring. Where am I going? This is too slow. I'm walking through muck, which slows down my mech significantly. What was I saying? Yeah, so you get bigger payout depending on what you bring, and you can use it to buy better gear and other mechs that have, or other pilots that have like a different difficulty and payout modifier. It's neat. It's like a little game within the game, I guess. It's also the full game, but anyways, this game's really fun. If you ever want to just play a big mech shooty game that can go on forever. I find I'm less and less interested in linear games and more interested in open-ended like sandboxes like this. Especially if they have rogue kind of elements. Okay. I'm making this difficulty 0 mission last a little too long. Let's go get these structures, captains. We'll kill the last captain and then we can leave. You have a bunch of objectives up at the top here. And the main objectives are structures and captains, and on missions that have enemies, garrison. And when you clear out one of the main objectives, then you're allowed to leave. But you can. Oh.
Oh no! 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 Oh no!
Oh no! Thank you, Macavist 666. Hail Santa. Oh shit! I just blew myself up a little bit. I guess my stomp is bigger than I realized. Yeah, so you got these objectives, and you can stay and complete all of them for more money, or you can leave early and get like a small payout, but every time you exit a map and go into a new one, your difficulty goes up. Like, your character is causing so much chaos in the city that, you know, alarms will be more raised, and like a better garrison will be out. Depending on how many missions you've gone through, and some pilots like start at high difficulties, some start at low difficulties. The one I'm playing at starts at 0 and goes all the way up to max, which I think is 13, maybe 14. So he's good to bring on really long missions. I did a short mission though, so let's go to. I'm not gonna be able to say anything in this game. The Nazare Necropolis. Nazare. Whee. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hey, Waggy. Oh shit. So the job of the Brigador is to enter areas that have been destabilized, to further destabilize them, so that the people who pay the Brigador can then move in and insert themselves as a stabilizing force. So we work right now for a shell corporation called the SNC, the Solo Nobre Concern. And the SNC was the original capitalist overlords of this outer colony, where they basically created a dystopia of workers, and they took all of the profit of their labor for themselves. But then they got kicked out by a man named Great Leader. And Great Leader created a new society wherein the workers ruled. And by the workers, we mean Great Leader. Oh shit. So Great Leader was a great dictator, and most people liked him, but that's just because the alternative was an even worse capitalist overlord. I'm getting my butt kicked, talking about the lore. But Great Leader's dead. Great Leader dies at the beginning of the game. Oops. Oops. Guess he wasn't that great after all, because someone killed him. So the SNC, who totally had nothing to do with the fact that Great Leader was assassinated, then shows back up and says, hey look, we're looking for people to go through this place, and we'll pay you a bunch of money if you can make it out alive, and we just need you to just fuck everything up and blow up those damn orbital guns, preventing us from getting into the city. So you're like, yeah, sure, my life is hell, why not? I get to pilot a cool mech. I get to pilot a better mech than everyone else, because for whatever reason you get more health. Not that it matters, I'm still getting my ass kicked. At difficulty like 2, I think, right now. So that's the premise of the game. All the pilots are like just their own characters with their own motivations, I guess. That's all just lore. Right now I'm playing as a man from a prison colony named the Man from Volta, Volta being the prison colony. And everyone in the colony wore masks to signify who they were. And I guess his is a paper plate. Ah! Okay. When you kill enemies, you get these blue orb things. They power up your hard shields, which are like, they deflect bullets and mass, but they get owned by lasers and explosions. Let's get some more rockets and then get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna have to call this mission early, I think, because I'll die in one hit if my shields go down. Where was I in the story? Oh, okay, so the SNC is who we're working for. The villains. We're working for the villains. Like, not just the villains, but like the ultimate villains. The people who want to destroy people's lives for profit. That's who you work for in BRIGADOR. But there's the other factions. There's the loyalists, Great Leaders, loyal following. You know, let's go for it. Make this one quick and get out of here. Yeah, you can play as Marvin Beck. You can also play as Constance something, who's MPCC, the other writer, and you can play as Effie, who writes the dossiers for the weapons. This game is so cool. But so the factions are the loyalists who remain loyal to Great Leader even after his assassination, and are defending the military strongholds that are still in the city in their big heavy mechs that the loyalists love so much. They're also called oh god, I can't remember. The NEP, I can't remember. It's something in Portuguese, I think. Then there's the Corvids, who are my favorites. They're anarcho-syndicalists. Anarcho-syndicalists? How do you say it? They're anarchists, and they ride chopped up motor vehicles on mech legs. It rules. They rule. I love the Corvids. And then the last faction is the Spacers, and the Spacers are evil space people who have spent so much time living in opulence in deep space with all of the technology that they refuse to share with land dwellers because, yes, they're super racist. So they spent so much time in opulence that now they give in to hedonism and barbarism, and they basically they're billionaire mercenaries who show up in super space age technology and fire lasers into apartment blocks for profit. This game rules. It's so cool. It's so dark. But yeah, all the spacers are evil. So they're Iron Man. Yeah, basically. And they show complete disdain for everyone around them. They're Elon Musk in a giant death robot. One of them is like literally Grimes. It's amazing. It's great. So those are all the factions, and you get to pick people from each of them and learn about why they're motivated to join with the SNC. Usually it's bribery. Usually it's like blackmail and extortion. Like, you have no choice but to join us. Sometimes it's more interesting. With the spacers, it's always they want to kill people, which is pretty gross, but they're the spacers. Also, the music is really fucking good. I don't know if y'all have noticed that yet, but maybe not everyone's into like, I guess it's called Outrun nowadays, but the like Kavinsky 80s neo-retro sound, it really works and it's really good in this game. I know. And it never gets like dorky. It's restrained in its compositions. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a music person, but I really like the music. Something about electronic music and robot destruction just goes so well together. I'm a big fan of Armored Core. What's left? One structure? Let's get some ammo. There were only 16 units in this whole map? What the heck? So there will always be the yellow raincoat people running around in stages. That's a constant no matter what difficulty you're on. And normally I try to avoid stepping on them or blowing them up, or like see these camps here. It's kind of hard to see my flashlights on it. That's a camp full of corvids. If you blow it up, like blood and guts will fly out. It's pretty gnarly. So I try not to blow up the camps either. But when I'm playing as the man from Volta, it's just role playing to blow up everything in your way, right? I like that this game offers a lot of opportunity for role playing. If you're just playing it by yourself, you can pick a pilot and then pick a mech that pilot would use and then try to play the way that pilot would play. Like, a lot of them are idealistic revolutionaries from the Corvids who would not fire upon civilians if given the choice, but also like it's trying to play like that's really hard because the game is complete chaos. It's neat. I don't know. It's cool. Dynamic gameplay and narrative. Speaking of which, that power suit is running away to go get more friends, which could be bad for me. Wow, those have a big blast zone. Shields. Hitting shift, depending on what vehicle you're in, gives you different functions. When you're in a heavy mech like this, it gets down so your profile is lower. Your firing arc is lower and your aim stability is better, but you're also stationary, so it's really good for like firing weapons long distances. Not so good when you're swarmed by little guys. if you're in a light mech, it does the opposite. It puts you up on stilts so that your firing arc is higher, which I think is neat. There's also, I've been talking specifically about the mechs, there's also tanks and anti-grav vehicles, but I don't really like either of them. It's like, it's a mech game, put me in a mech. Tanks usually have higher armor, like decent forward momentum, but poor turning speed, and then less melee, like a mech can stomp and use melee to kill anything around it. Okay, I think we're in the clear. So at the end of every mission you get an escape pod off the planet, provided by our gracious benefactors at the SNC. I think we have to pay for the fuel though. Anyways, there we go. We got $7 million. What's this guy gonna do with $7 million? So can we buy? We can buy a new pilot. Who should we buy? Griswold Vic, Antero Giancarlo? I can't say any of these names. This dude's cool, by the way. I know for a fact he's cool. Pilar Nabat, Dowdy Ain. They all have. Oh, oops. They all have the same. No, they don't. There's a bunch of pilots. These ones, they all have the same stats. But who are we gonna pay? Hey, Pink. Yes, we're destroying all of the capitalism, even the workers, unfortunately. Get the most expensive one, Dottie Ain. We could. Let's see. Start difficulty 10. Oof. Oof, that starts very hard. Max difficulty 12. So it'll get there in 4 missions, 4 maps. And if you win all the maps, you get 500,000 times 4. Wow. Hey, Lulu. Or we can go with Pilar Nabo. Nabo. Nabbit. Dag Nabbit. Who starts the easiest? Pilar. But that's too easy. Oh, that goes up really quick though. 4 missions to reach 12 and 4 missions to reach 12 on both. Hey Vex. Also, hello everyone. I'm sorry everyone's here. I haven't planned to say hello to everyone. Giant Carlo. Is that what that stands for? Oh my god, I can't pick. I can't pick. Okay, the next person in chat to say a name, I pick that one. Chat has the power, but they're squandering it. Okay, Giancarlo, that's who we're going with. Look at him! Look at him, he's so cool! So this is the thing about Corvids. They all look crazy. I love them. They're so good. Zyborn Clock Guy. Okay, you want me to play as Johnny 5 Aces? Fun thing about Johnny 5 Aces. He used to love to bang mellifluous buttocks. Anyways, Johnny 5 Aces starts at 9, ends at 9. Every level he gets -2. His victory bonus is 50 million, but his payout is 0.1, so you only get 1/10 of whatever you earn as him, and your difficulty goes down. So let's try a quick one as Johnny 5 Aces, and we're gonna be extra silly, and we're gonna take the spacer mech, the Sledger. So this is a fun little mech. The pilot's in here. He's in there, and then the rest is just a heavy gun casing. So if you don't know, heavy guns are the heaviest guns. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I'm so sorry, Mac. This 666. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, heavy guns are quite large. Yeah, I hope you recover quickly. If you need help with medical expenses or a GoFundMe or something, send me a link and I'll tweet it out on my tweeter, or just send me if you have a tweeter, tweet it and I'll retweet it. But yes, look at this big old gun. We're just gonna be a big old walking gun. That's what we're doing, and we're gonna use the Koenig Gatling gun, which is a pre-colony weapon. So this is an old gun. It's an anti-aircraft gun. It's good. We'll see how it works, and then we'll bring just a little cannon. The Carlos, and the audio kinetic pulse. Since this guy's difficulty just goes down, doesn't matter, we're just gonna do it 2 districts. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Magnus. Yeah, if you need support or something, and you have a link or something, send it to me on Twitter. My Twitter's down below and I'll retweet it. That sucks. Okay, so this is me. I'm tiny. I'm tiny and I got little legs, but I got a big gun. And honestly, I couldn't think of a more fitting loadout for Mr. 5 Aces. Here's how this gun works. And it's so powerful that it pushes my tiny mech back. Ah! Difficulty 9 is hard. Whew. We're fighting Corvids right now. Which is why half their vehicles are just like cars on anti-gravity rails, and they just fly around. I like this track a lot. So I'm almost out of ammo already. Hopefully I find a depot. I don't know about y'all, but when I played GoldenEye back in the day, it was Depot, not Depot. That's what we all said. We were all dumb kids who were wrong, but still. Oh shit, I'm out. I'm out of my giant, terrifying cannon. Eee. I need that ammo. Ammo eventually fades away, and if you shoot it, then it fades away faster. Nice shot. Nice shot, Johnny 5 Aces said to himself confidently. But I always have a nice shot, he said again. I don't know. Johnny 5 Aces is the gift that keeps on giving. Ah, mechs! Not real mechs. I wasted that. I'm so stupid. Me. Well, I guess they're running away. Oh wait, I have big ammo. There's another orbital gun surrounded by explosive material. Awesome. I feel so bad for the people who have to pilot those tall lookout things. Ah! I tried to do the dance. Thank you, Pink. I hope that tiny bird-like dance counts. Okay. I should make more subscription and follower notifications. Those ones are good, but just think we could have more. I'm out of ammo again. Just have my tiny Carlos. The music also changes once you've killed most of the enemies in the area. That's a big one. Okay, we can get out now. Where's the freaking... Oh, all the power's out because I blew up the substations. But where is the green ammo? The Gatling ammo. I need it. Before I leave, I need to get ammo. Oh. That audio kinetic pulse is so good. Like I always use it over the other weapons. Oh, I forgot to read the description. I said I was gonna do that. The description for the audio kinetic pulse says that it was designed for construction and demolition, and using it in war is a war crime. So, you know, we're just casually gonna be doing war crimes all stream. Yeah, base boosted max. Anyone here ever play? It's a weird, like, knockoff of, what do you call it? Twisted Metal. It's too late, Weggy, it's out there. The Vigilante 8, it was like this knockoff of Twisted Metal, and one of the characters was Disco Dude, and his weapon was Basequake. It's basically just my audio kinetic pulse. Creates a huge explosion around them. So those guys are tough. They're just a big floating gun. And that's a big floating bomb. There have been many times where I died, like right as I was about to escape, because I was dancing along with the music. It happens. Uh-oh. Okay, so the alarm is up. That means that all the enemies will turn on their hard shields and take twice as much damage, which is not great. Even worse is I'm out of ammo. And my only weapon is ineffective against hard shields. Oh my god, that's a lot of them. Bye. Ignore me. Bye. Ah. Go, chicken legs, go! Oh my god. Johnny Five Aces is dead. Okay, I think bringing the Carlos was a bad idea. I should have brought the bone saw. We're gonna try that again. Johnny, let's go. The bone saw. It's basically just the Koenig, but shorter fire and more bullets. Which is ridiculous for a small weapon to have those numbers. Johnny died aces. Okay, Johnny. Johnny. Yes, Papa. See, look, I'm getting paid to cut the grass right now. I should just do this for a living. So that's the bone saw. Orbital guns. One trick with this sledger and using this big Koenig cannon is if I hold backwards while I fire, it pushes me back twice as fast. Ah! There's so many! Deathfield and Dogstrong won't bring the Black Hand and do more war crimes. Black Hand only works against unshielded targets. Otherwise I would use it constantly. Okay, well Johnny Five Aces is twice dead. Even with time... Hold on, even with... Where is it? Even with time travail, Johnny Five Aces is still dead. So, we could play Steve Lichman, but frankly, he just ruins my immersion. This is Marvin Beck. He's the guy that reads... No, not Bander. You never meet Bander. Wait, hold on. Vehicles. MB. That's Marvin Beck. So that's this dude. A disgruntled vehicle specialist with an encyclopedic knowledge of solo no-brake tech and even a strong grasp on spacer capabilities, Beck has few other interests in no-known personal relationships. Rumored to be literally a mech fetishist, his appraisal of opposition technology shows an admiration which suggests unstable loyalties. He may be willing to abandon the military simply for the opportunity to study new technology up close. He already did abandon the military? He's in Corvid clothing? So the other people who read, if you read the things, NB, Effie is Ephigenia Sang. Anal retentive, overly loquacious weapon specialist working for the NEP Design Bureau. An intuitive grasp of technology enables her to parse some spacer tech, help compensate for the NEP's shortfalls. Valuable to her superiors but has little personal ambition. Seng's interests are purely intellectual. She would be at home in a corporation lab. I like that they give you the bio and then immediately how that bio would make them easily manipulated by the corporation. It's funny. It's clever writing. This is the other guy, MPCC. He writes his own bio about himself. MP, I remember reading about it, is like something. It's a way that like people would sign letters in Rome. And these are the spacers. They wear these weird gel suits and they control things with their minds. This is the spacer who's, in my opinion, she's Grimes. No, not her. Who am I thinking of? There's one that's like a hedonist and a pop singer or something. She's a hedonist who kills people. I like her. She's cool. He's cool. I like. What's cool is some of the bios are like. This one he talks about model military man.
Baby, let's play. I'm
I was about to sleep. Wait, never mind. It's DOSTREAGTIME.
Dogstreak time. Thank you, Spiny. I tried to dance with the thing, but it didn't work. Yeah. So this one's cool because it's like, even with the government in shambles, great leaders still had double agents in place. Yeah. So they're talking about like. Can't figure out what would make singing turn away from the regime. Everyone who's served with them seems to like him. The usual justifications don't scan. Model military man, no family trouble. Not many Sikhs emigrated to Novo Solo. The most are in Aixo. I don't know how to say that. That's the other city owned by a different corporation on the planet. Great leaders' conscription policies have been as open-minded as you can get. Ask the paraplegics in service. So I don't think there's an angle there. It is possible. Is it possible that even with the government in shambles, great leaders still had double agents in place for an eventuality like this? Keep an eye out, especially if you exfiltrate him. So they're like, here's a man who's willing to betray his government, and the people who are hiring him are like, oh, maybe we shouldn't trust this guy. It's like, no shit. Shouldn't trust any of these people, but still. Or the SNC, don't trust them either. And that was written by MB, written by Marvin Beck. So usually, like, you get, let's see, Ripley Snell. You get a line like this: bassist for 12-7, not that the rest of the band is still alive. Hot chicks are always the bassist. Yes, I'm a pig. You've seen my file photo. So at first you read that and you're like, that's gross. But then you realize that the game is setting up this character, MB, to be a fucking gross asshole. And he's like that in everybody's thing. Like, he constantly editorializes his dossiers and entries. I'm looking for one in particular. Just not one of their best, if you ask me, is how he starts out this dossier in a space mech. Like, I don't know, I just think it's interesting character building in a game that doesn't really need characters. Look at this guy. What a weird one. Alright, let's pick a new pilot. Norman Osberger, he's the first pilot you can unlock. A relatively recent immigrant to Novo Solo, Norman fled more civilized sectors in the wake of some terrestrial scandal or other. Nothing worth mentioning, but he seems to be consumed by it still. Our sources paint him as a hard luck case and subpar mechanic. Certainly no Corvid would tolerate his shoddy work, which is saying something because Corvids just weld cars onto A-grav tanks and let it rip. Unlike most hapless NEP drivers, however, he knows exactly what his abilities are and has something more important. He has nothing to lose. His death wish may be perfect for our purposes, provided we offer the right insurance package to benefit his survivors. It's so dark. That's fun though. Where is this guy? Has a cool face, cool scar. This is what I do when I play the game. I just like look at all this stuff. Scotty Graff, real piece of work, too violent for the high society she was raised in, too reckless for the intelligence track usually taken by such types. NEP funneled her into a Tinker peacekeeping force when she went on to brutalize any daring enough to demonstrate near her deployment. She's taken to peacekeeping with a zeal that goes beyond professionalism into naked sadism. Not a strategic thinker, but excellent in moment to moment, aided by a natural talent for intimidation. She sounds like a jerk. Blue Sean, you want me to be? He ruins my immersion. He's a guest character. Steve Lichman, the friendliest dreadlord you'll ever meet, or as Steve puts it, we are all skeletons on the inside. Happy in a cozy tomb beneath one of Solo Nobrae's many necropoles, he'd spend his time hanging out with friends, reading comics and pranking visitors. Then they killed Jason. You can't tell, but Steve isn't smiling anymore. Not even Sergeant O'Malley can hold him back this time. I remember Steve Lichman. Let's play... Oh, this guy's cool. A highly decorated pilot with training in mechs, tanks, and anti-grav. Also, a fraud. After double-crossing a Solo Nobrae black marketer, he killed a young conscript and replaced him with the help of advanced plastic surgery. That surgeon happens to be a former associate of mine. Holding the threat of exposure over Volhard will be enough to make him do what we want, no matter how dismal his odds will be. So, like, he starts with really high difficulty because he's on the run, I guess. There's another one that's like that. That's really cool. Look at this guy. I love him. He's so happy. What am I looking for? Is it her? Yes. Rosario was a den mother running a cartel of orphan children in the latter days of Solo Nobrae during Great Leader's reign. She cared for those cretins more than her actual kids, who are mostly loyalists and NEP brass, possibly look at how cynical it is. Possible blackmail opportunity. An NEP tribunal convicted her of racketeering, violating antitrust pacts, threatening the peace, and unauthorized use of NEP resources. They thought bringing her in would be easy. Instead, she caught them flat-footed, knifed the PMs and pilots, and stole their legs, leaving only rubble in her wake. Let's play her. I like her. My kids are all cops, so I got new kids. Exactly. Okay, so she killed MPs who would have arrived in a Toro, because everyone is in a Toro, or maybe a Fork. Staple light mech of the NEP, built in such high numbers as I've seen a few in police colors and roof lights. Alright, yeah. They arrived in a Fork, so this is gonna be tough. The Fork had NEP weapons on it, because it's not... See, I'm just gonna read all the dialogue in this. Oh my god. You think, given the modest caliber, that the Confessor would be a one-and-done design, but this thing's gone through more revisions and tweaks than some Lorentz Force weapons. It lives in this weird acquisitions limbo where performance isn't so bad to merit the cost of a new design, but each iteration seems to cause as many problems as it solves. They're on the Mark 28, last I heard. Might be an embezzlement scheme for some army bigwig, but with how genuinely pissed those design bureau types are about it, might not be. Seriously, if you need a good chuckle and want to see a bureau boy have a seizure, just ask when the Confessor's gonna be done. That's funny! It's Mark 18? Yes, thank you. Sorry, I can't read Roman numerals. Crambo. Froggy on Gordon and he get right. Crambo. Two turrets. That's such a weird loadout. Effie she's just very straightforward. So this thing is like a worse, what do you call it? Bone saw, that's weird. Fuck it, we're gonna ride two Madwa. Good enough. Catch you later, Waggy. Read the scimitar. Okay. The procurement specifications called for a readily portable artillery that could precisely fire munitions at multiple targets over a single volley, along with a feed system capable of outputting 300 rounds per minute. In response, the Design Bureau's first draft for the weapon included a suit of radio gear, a bone saw MG pintle mounted to the artillery barrel, an umbrella, an espresso machine, and a dispenser for prophylactics. Army brass were not amused. Though the Scimitar project is officially considered a failure, this curious weapon was still produced in volume and has found a home in the NEP artillery battalions and support vehicles alike. Skilled gunners can streak the ordnance along the line in a fashion that resembles a small bombing run. Some higher-ups got the joke as Design Bureau received several espresso machines upon completion of the Scimitar's first production run. You can still find them, overused and scattered about the building. That's good. I love everything about the Design Bureau except for the fact that they're making weapons of war. Okay, we're gonna roll 2 machine guns now. And the audio kinetic pulse, of course. That was her aftermarket. We'll do 4. So I'm really bad at this game, by the way. Don't run out of ammo. I'll try. Oh my god, I'm fast. Meow. Meow. So the thing with turret weapon mounts is they spin really fast. So having 2 turrets works well because they stay lined up. If I had a turret and like a main, then the turret would always be ahead of the main in terms of aiming. These graves! All these dead people are blocking my way. Eee, I'm too fast! Oh, I'm getting stomped. I think I've only killed people with the what do you call it so far? The audio kinetic pulse. Okay. So even like the levels you play in this game all have like some sort of backstory or importance or like almost politics to them. Like you don't just go through residential area, you go through like an area that is a red light district next to a Corvid colony camp or whatever you want to call it, that shows like, you know, the disparity inside the city, or you go through like the Solo Nobre gated community or something, or like the necropolis. Like, why does this city need a necropolis? Oh wait, that's right, they're constantly dying here. In war, never-ending war. My favorites is going through the gated communities and just blowing everything up. There's one that's just like a giant golf course, and there's great leader statues everywhere. These things are pretty ammo efficient at least. Oh my god, I'm zooming. What's left? Structures and garrison. Okay, let's get out of here. Penal Novo Security Corridor. I guess light mechs do crouch. power suits are the ones that use the stilt legs. Okay, so these are spacers. Those are suicide pods. That's a big mech. Their hard shields are gonna flare up as soon as I walk around the corner. Got him. So the thing about spacers is none of their vehicles have much armor, but if you let their shields charge up, they're really hard to kill. I hate these reinforced walls. These are the ones that if I use my pulse on them, it bounces back. And it's no good. Because I am a tiny mech, and I will explode. Okay, so the alarms are sounding, which is bad because now all the spacers will have their shields up. Wow, that's a lot of captains right there. Oh my god. Just running. Stop shooting me. Stop it. Where's the other gun? Are they all still chasing me? There's reinforced walls everywhere here. Oh, there's one more structure. Heck. He almost stomped me.
Oh no! 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 Oh no!
Thank you for the follow. I cannot read that. I apologize. There was a time when I was learning to. Okay, so somewhere there are 13, at least 13 angry units looking for me. Probably more, because that's just the amount of garrison I need to defeat. Let's get a shield boost from one of these big guys. These awkward looking enemies are actually shield carriers. They provide shields to enemies nearby. Spacers are no joke. Intense concentration, and I still miss. Oh, that's a self-destruct unit. Ah, got it. Hey, little Pico. This game is definitely worth getting. It's very fun. I got it like back in 2016, and I have easily like over 100 hours on it. Very, very fun. What is not fun though is walking through this mud. And I can't smash my way through this wall because this is a Corvid shanty town, and I am a Corvid. And I don't want to turn on my own. That having been said, I'm about to blow up a lot of Corvid houses. Well, sorry, it was just in the job description. I needed to get it done. No hard feelings, right guys? Right? Oh, I'm sorry, Pink. Yeah, it's so sad that this game, like, it had to go through 2 releases to support itself, and I still don't think it sold very well. It's so cool though. It's so cool, and it looks amazing. Like, I don't know how people can look at it and be like, just not completely floored. I know it's very pulled back, like zoomed out, so everything looks really small, but the detail and everything is incredible. Let's get some ammo. I don't even know how they did the graphics. I think it's all 3D. Okay, two more places, and it's just getting harder every mission. Should be, I think, at difficulty 9 now, which is where Mr. 5 Aces started out. Oh, we're up against Corvids. Thankfully, Corvids don't really use much hard shields. Oh, can y'all hear that airplane? That's a loud freaking airplane. That is a loud airplane. Or is that a helicopter? That's a helicopter. A helicopter. So Corvids, all their units have like either very low hull and very low shields, or lots of hull and no shields, or like low shields. And my weapons eat through hull, so we should be alright. Look at all that ammo. Got one shot. That's all it took to kill it. Well, I guess 2 shots because it was 2 guns. See how I fare against a heavy mag. Okay, we're good. Is this level like a swamp? Which reminds me, Sekiro has no swamp. No poison swamp, so that's a first. There is a swamp, but it's not poison. And there is a poison pool, but it's not a swamp. So, that counts. From Software made an RPG without a poison swamp. It's only on a technicality that they made a game without a poison swamp, because they took the poison pool and they put it somewhere other than the swamp. But it still counts. It counts. I love how bizarre this game controls too. Like, it's WASD and mouse, and that's it. But the mouse aims and rotates your chassis, and the WASD controls your legs. So you're split between your legs and your upper body. I don't know, it just works really well. Okay, we're outie. Okay. Alejandra Spaceport Zone. This is it. We just gotta get to this last area and big payday. Well, big-ish. We're up against NEP loyalists. They've got strong defense and everything. Good night, Pink. Okay. Can I audio kinetic pulse these two without blowing myself up with the shockwave? Let's try it. Yes, we did it. I'm probably not gonna stream for much longer, honestly, because my throat is starting to hurt. Alright, so there's the substations, which means power is out, but I don't think that really does anything right now. What is this area? I feel so bad for the infantry people. They die in one shot no matter what you hit them with. You can just walk over them. Ah, big bomb, big bomb. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I need armor. Yes, thank you. that's a big cannon. Just get me out of here. They just keep coming. I think that sound means I'm good to escape.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. 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 Oh no.
Thank you for the follow, Harmon-Z. Yay, $16 million. She did it. Oh, she's gonna buy so many things for her child servants. Let's buy Griswold Fick. Ooh, this dude looks cool. Griswold Fick was born on the wrong planet. Steeped in culture, he dabbles in poetry, music, fashion, and the culinary arts. He turned to the military in the hopes of rising to general and gaining access to the decadent culture and censored entertainment hoarded by Solo Nobre's elite. Fick's genius extends past art and into combat as well, but climbing the social ladder will still require decades, even if that genius were realized by his peers. The cultural freedom and access we can provide would sway him, let alone the tremendous resources of a surviving Brigador. Wow, dang. Made his own clothes. His sight may be going, but he's still one of the best pilots I know, so. Who am I playing as next? Let's try someone not too hard. I say, but I'm really tempted to pick this guy who starts at 8. Let's go with Griswold. Do a quick one with Griswold. I like this fork. I don't think I've ever used it before, but that worked really well. You know what? Griswold's a cool dude. He'll take it nice and slow in a Dorothy. Okay, we'll use the spacer machine gun. Hey, Pete! This is Brigador, and it is cool as fuck. Backhand. A gamma emitter used almost exclusively by spacers. Fielding the weapon alone is sufficient for war crimes charges, but the few militaries with means to pursue action against the spacers are also the ones who employ them. Against an unshielded target, single ignitions can inflict third-degree burns and a guarantee of cancer at 100 yards. At within 50, you begin to see fourth-degree burns and spontaneous contracture. Ugh. Exposure at 25 yards is a death sentence even when protected behind several inches of armored plating. Liquefaction of the dermis and internal organs is common, and even if a target somehow survives exposure at that range, they are permanently incapacitated. Given the efficiency of hard shields against gamma emitters, I'm convinced the widespread deployment of this weapon by spacers serves a more psychological than directly combat-related role. The sound of its hissing crackle is enough to panic even seasoned soldiers, and from what I've seen of spacers in combat, particularly amongst their light mech spears, I suspect this weapon is also used as a form of counting coup. Regardless, I've seen the aftermath of its use firsthand, and it is a cruel and terrible weapon. Wow. Who wanted me to use this? Basically, every description of a weapon fielded by spacers is like, they use it because it's awful and it does horrible things. Okay. The Tremblor. This thing, all it does is cuts through buildings. So let's use that, and we'll bring, instead of the AK pulse, excuse me, We'll bring active camouflage.
This is the best and so are you.
Was that you? Was it Ashran? Did that right? Thank you, Ashran. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since a Turok. Bat's gonna be pissed. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was so kind and generous. I didn't even realize I was getting a donation. It was just like a quick hit the Turok tab. Okay. Active camouflage. Go with that. A sufficiently non-war crimes loadout. But we're very slow. Doop 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 doop. Oh, I don't have my AP pulse, that's right. Ooh, they're also invisible. What am I even fighting? Oh my god, this slow suit doesn't have 360-degree chassis turning. Whee! Doop, 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 doop. You feeling this game? I love this game, it's so cool. Ooh. Pardon me, citizen. Fick wouldn't stomp on an innocent yellow raincoater. But you know what's weird is that people wear the yellow raincoat in the slums, they wear it in the industrial areas, and they wear it in the gated community. When I'm in the gated communities, usually I don't worry too much about stuff. Is that bad? For those of you just joining, the yellow raincoats in this game signify non-combatants in Solo Nobre. That's because there's been so much war within this colony that they need shorthand for people who don't want to engage in the war. So they all wear these yellow raincoats. Just gonna walk through this wall real quick. Probably the biggest hurdle to getting into this game and surviving missions is being able to differentiate between what explodes and what breaks. It's very easy to blow yourself up on something that would normally explode. Taking a stroll down the street. Oh, there's one. Two. Fancy cloaking. Eee! Almost got exploded. So this thing is just a power suit that I'm in, but it has a pretty significant amount of armor and shields, thankfully. Not that it's gonna matter. If I start taking hits, I'm not gonna be able to escape. Yee!
Come on, baby. Let's play. I'm button.
Wait, this is the game you linked me the Banganos to ISNT it. Howdy.
Yeah! Hey, Pio. Yeah, I love the soundtrack in this game. Oh shoot, hold on, let me do a little quick dance. Okay, here we go. Hello, Pio. I hope you had a good day at work. As good as it can be. I'm so slow. Like half of the reason I play in any game at all, is just because the music, playing for the music. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, possibly more. Yeah, 13 more units. But the last anti-air gun is over this way. Well. So many more than 13. Ah, this cannon is not as strong as the heavy one I was using earlier. There's so many. Okay. I gotta get out of here. Oh no, my invisibility's gonna wear off. Not like this! Would you stop? Oh, I'm out of ammo! He's just slapping me with this heavy laser gun. Oh my god. Can I get to that cluster of shield cells? Oh my god. We made it out. Let's get some Trembler ammo. Oh, I stepped on a tent. Sorry. Wouldn't you be so pissed if your like 18-person squad got taken out by one dude walking around in this tin can? Get out of the marsh. Is that the new F emoticon? Emoji? Is that what they're... I'm having like a serious self-doubt moment. Are they emojis? What are they called? Well, we made it. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm not staying in this thing. Emotes, thank you. Emojos. Jojo. Okay, just gonna walk right to the exit. Just gonna walk right to the exit. Ugh, train tracks and marshes and like sewage slow you down. I'm assuming it's sewage, that stuff you find between walls. Oh, that was my ammo. Just gonna sneak past this guy. Don't. No. Okay. So it takes like a second after they see you before the alarm actually gets sounded. No, this walking right to the exit doesn't seem to be working. I'm gonna keep blowing up all the ammo drops. Oh my gosh. Eek. 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 Give me my stealth back. I need my stealth. The only reason I'm still alive is because these big guys keep dropping more shields. That's a Canmore. Canmores are big tanks. I need that ammo. Oh, I'm getting stomped. Ay. I should not be alive right now. I've had that happen to me in like ultra class mechs and I got owned. I'm in a power suit. I'm fine. What's going on? Take out this orbital gun before I leave. Yep. No, go away! I'm leaving! Bye! I'm leaving? I'm leaving? I guess I can't leave yet. Shit. I haven't killed the whole garrison yet? Oh my god. I might be in big trouble. I don't know what my game plan is here. Oh my god. What are you doing there? I'm out in the open, no cover. This just turned into a stealth game. I need to find an ammo depot. That works. There's a big old bomb chasing me. Ammo, ammo, ammo. I found ammo. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it?
Come on, baby. Let's play. I'm button.
Hey dog, I love this game. I have 1 month HRT anniversary.
Ah, awesome. That's awesome. Congrats. Okay. So we're gonna retire the Dorothy. I just want to point out, what I had earned at that point was 10 million. I wasn't gonna get the victory bonus, but it was gonna get a 3.6 and then a 3.0 multiplier. So that I just lost like $30 million. Okay. This will be my last one. Arja Su. I have the pleasure of knowing Arja on multiple occasions, a refined soul. Her interests lie mainly in outdated interrogation methods and precise applications of ballistic projectiles. Naturally, she prefers to fight at range, taking out high-value targets, installations, and nearby buildings with overwhelming force. Cruel beyond words. I am proud to know her. Now you're too edgy. Rest in peace, Griswold. Oops. Let's go with Giancarlo. We need a sufficiently corvid piece of work. The Duke. Bullfrog. Short bus. This one's fun because it's got 3 guys hanging out on the back of it, and the description is, this is one bus that will catch you. Light, tough, and surprisingly quick. The short bus comes out of nowhere and blasts through most defenses. Seconds after it enters range of sight, one of these monsters will be right on top of you and firing away with its 1-2 punch. All the while, those crazy corvids will be perched on top, hooting and hollering. I love the corvids. We're gonna go with the Pompadour though. Same firepower as a Toro bolted onto a flying sedan. I'd love to know what they stole the drive unit from. Corvids hardware tends to be fairly loud in execution, but that's a lot of gun for a floating car. I'm sure the pilots like them too, right up until the metal fatigue tears the car in half. Lots of talk on the War Council regarding what to do about qualified mechanics and mech designers turning over to the Corvids. They shouldn't be capable of fielding units like this. Isn't that great? It's just a car. A floating car. There's another one. This one, I don't have it unlocked yet. Propter. Actually, that's even better than a floating car. Is a walking car. Okay, what do we bring on our walking car? What have the Corvids salvaged? The Pitbull. Actually, we'll go with that. Which one's this? That's the spacer weapon. The Archie? Oh, I like this one, yeah. Airburst ordnance set to it dangerously. You know, I'm actually gonna swap these. Okay. So the Archie explodes in air, and we are gonna pick up that pulse again. Let's go. I don't want to go through the slums. Fuck it. I just won't complete all these, I think. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Pete. This game's fucking awesome. It's just, the only downside is it's really hard. I mean, it's not that hard, since you're like in direct control of the difficulty. I'm just trying to use not the best stuff so I get a better payout. Eek! Okay, this would be kind of a tricky loadout. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was real good. That was very fun. Wow, Eggy. Thanks for calling me out. That's true, though. I need shields. Uh-oh. One problem with Corvid weaponry is you tend to blow yourself up pretty easily. Run! Run! Get out of here! Get away from there. I said get away from there! Run! Oh, come on, you can't hide behind all those civilians. Why would you build your town around explosives? Okay, we're donezo here. I'm sure they're fine. Why are you trying to be nice, Dog Strong, when all these civilians are just gonna be bombed to shit? Hey, out of sight, out of mind. Oops, I stepped on a few. Oops, oops. Oh wait, that's all explosive. Oof, that's a heavy gun. I managed to blow up all the depots, except the one I don't need. Football! Football? It's like a football field, but with no lines or anything on it. What the heck? Is that just a field? Big bomb. One of the stages in the campaign starts you with no ammo, and there's just a bunch of big bombs flying around, and you have to like navigate around them and giant artillery platforms that are bombing it wherever you go. It's stressful. I love the music in this game. Let's keep going. Why not? Let's risk it. Risk it all. It's just our lives. Football? Football? Spacers. Thankfully, I think I have good weapons to take out spacers. Eek! Something's bearing down on me. Oh my god. So many! Ah, I'm not gonna make it! Well. Why were there so many? Where did they all come from? Okay, whatever. Fucking, whatever. Fucking, whatever. Fucking. He starts at 7. Let's try someone a little easier, just because I'm bad. And I want to finish one before I end this stream. Was she? Yeah, Den Mother. She's the only one I finished so far, right? I think. You know, I like this dude. I don't like spacer vehicles, so okay, let's go with the Ultra class. The biggest there is. The Chieftain. And we'll bring a Banshee. And we'll use an EMP grenade, which I never use. This one is every single map in the game. I could not imagine finishing it. There was too many spacers! I did need some space, yes. Now I am the big. Did the EMP grenades even do anything to the Corvids? I don't know. The artists that did the music in this game have a really fucking cool name too. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's something like makeup something in makeup. It's a really neat name. Makeup and Vanity Set, thank you. That's such a cool band name. How can I always forget it? See, now I'm just too strong. Where's the fun in this? Just stomping on everything. Not literally. I could be though. Oh wait, I have EMP grenades, that's right. Come on, give me my grenades. They're such a long timer for how situationally useful they are. And now we get ambient music. No ranged weapons. Yeah, you could just kill those. I think the Killdozer does get to bring 2 small amounts though. You just don't really need them. I don't know if I like this chieftain very much. Go to sleep. If I had the AK pulse, I would just blow up all those mansions. Oh, that's exploding. Almost just stomped on a big fuel canister. That would have been bad. Co-op would be fun, but you would blow each other up so quick. There is no co-op though, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. The long yard. Not the longest yard, just the long yard. Excuse me, pardon me. Coming through. spacers? Yep. I don't know if it's just because my mech is so tall, but it feels like my chieftain is overshooting crosshair. No, I needed that one. Oh shoot, I need that one too. And we're done here. That's mousy. Is Sean playing Ninja Game right now? I saw one of them streamed this morning at 6 a.m. when I was sleepy. And I say that, but I mean I literally went to bed at like 5:30 a.m. so. Sean played Satisfactory, and now he's playing Sekiro? Such a gamer. Okay, well after this mission, I'm gonna give him an old raid then. West End Slum. Let's skip the slums. Let's go straight to the... Ooh, hello. What day is today even? It's Tuesday, right? It is, but H-Bomb would be streaming. Then again, I haven't really been on Twitter yet. I'm actually almost done with Sekiro. Not to say it's short, I played it a lot, but I'm getting very close to the end. Wow, my shields disappeared. I'm going for the, what do you call it? The extended ending or whatever. So after I finish the most of the game, there's gonna be more I'll have to do after it. I wish I could stream it, but it just does not run very well on my computer. Same with Satisfactory. Also, I'm like the worst at Satisfactory. Real bad. Lulu Kunuichi. Oh, I almost just blew myself up. That would have been real bad. How many more enemies are left? Okay, we're done here. Where's the exit? I think I'm going the wrong way. This way, up this way. So much in the way though. Thankfully I have the big strong stomp. Oh, this is an unbreakable wall, which means I gotta go around. Bang, bang. See, this just feels like cheating now, using this big ultra class mech. With a heavy and a main mount. Almost won with a Dorothy. That would have been so good. Okay. Oh, I actually made it 2 hours. Wow. Wow. Stretch. Yeah, I didn't get any money because I didn't finish all the stuff and I got no vehicle multiplier. Let's buy a vehicle real quick. Where was the Proctor? The amount of effort spent styling these agraphs is almost tragic given how easily they're chewed up, but that's assuming you can hit them. Whatever genius is styling these machines must know their engines, because not even a Tomahawk can keep up in a straight race. No tour. It's a cool looking thing. Okay. We're gonna end it. We're gonna the auditor. They're cool. Oh. Oh, good timing, because my internet's going to shit. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I'll try and stream more, but I know I say that every time, and life is hard and cruel. I'll catch y'all later. I mean by later in several seconds when we raid Sean and Jen. And by that I mean Sean. Okay. Bye! I love you all! Thank you for the donations and the subscriptions and the follows and the chatting and the everything. Thank you for everything, everyone. Bye!